Made for live betting.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another day of DOTA here in the LOOT.BET DOTA Season 1 games. We're in a kind of group stage phase here, round robin happening between plenty of big teams. We've seen Hippomaniacs the last 2 days, but now we get to see someone different. We're going to see Finem again, and we're going to see him go up against FlyToMoon. I'm Killer Pish, and of course joining me in my castle seat, he's too busy flexing his muscles elsewhere, so Lizard isn't here. So I had to find someone that felt like they'd benefit just as much from this. So what I done is I found the person that I feel like he feeds down mid a lot. It would be good of him to come into a match and see how maybe Finem can feed in the outer lanes instead of just focusing on the mid. It is Wingblade. How's it going, buddy?
What a beautiful introduction.
I know you too well.
I'm alright. It's a bit hot. I'm a bit skinnier than Lizard, so that's gonna take some adjusting for the cast maybe, but should be fun.
How many of you do you think Lizard could bench?
Ooh. I think 2.3 maybe. I think that's a fair number.
Okay, I'm not sure how tall you are. Like, if you're lean, you're not that tall. Well, you're Dutch, actually. You're giant. That's how that works, right? Like, you have to be,
Yep.
or a child, and the childish he is, where you're just like 10 or 11, you just drown in the swamps. So, you grow up. But
Yeah, we're like the Australia of Europe, to be honest.
you're criminals?
Okay, let's move on.
We have got a draft. It is a good idea to move on, because look at this. Opening phase, we're going to see an IO. Now, I don't know, they done this the other day with the IO gyro. Is it me, Wingblade, or is this just a... does it feel like teams debate themselves with the IO gyro these days? Like, they pick it up, it's like, oh, we just win the game, right? Like that.
People just get complacent because you pick it in pubs and you win because the other team is a bunch of morons. But then you pick it against good people and they actually know what to do against it and you just lose. That being said, it's just a very good combination. It farms really fast. It has a lot of map presence. But if you play against a team that knows how to properly be aggressive against you, that doesn't just let you farm and lets you dive towers, it can actually be really difficult. So when I see a gyro IO, I like to see a few more heroes that can actually make something happen, because these one-dimensional IO gyro drafts, they tend to get punished really hard by good players. So we'll see what Finem does about that. And FlyToMoon, they're pretty damn good. They're like 6-0 in this tournament so far. They've been looking really good. I had the opportunity to cast them earlier this week, and I was quite impressed by them.
Yeah, no, I mean, FlyToMoon, there's been some interesting rosters, but there always is some interesting roster changes in CIS. It's kind of that region more so than any other region where everyone has played with everyone by this point.
Yep.
And you think you know the roster, you look away for a week, you come back, you go, wait, well, Iceberg is... But he was on Windstrike, and then he was off Wind, and then he was back on, and now he's on FlyToMoon. And then Ark was on... What? you have to double scan, and that's actually very interesting because I mean I don't know how much you know about the way the contracts work in CIS. Like they're very, it's like a mini China.
It's a train wreck.
It's like a mini China is the way I compare it. Like it hasn't got the organization of China, but it has the restrictions and contracts. So like a lot of these players, their buyouts are insanely high for like a tier 2 player. Like we're talking 100k or something crazy, right? And
it's stupid.
They're allowed to go play with another team when they're not on the official roster, but it can't be an official team, right? That's why you see things like we saw No Pangolier for a while, was like a formation of Empire players and Vega players. And we're kind of getting to that cycle point now where some of those contracts are breaking again. I think Kuman's might be up for renewal soon. And he was like last season. I mean, you must have heard shout-outs about Kuman, for example. He was like a big hunt for a lot of teams. It was kind of the CIS equivalent of Nisha in a lot of people's eyes. In this team, Iceberg has definitely been the same. Last season, he got a lot of notoriety. But I don't even know. I struggle to actually keep up with what the state of the contracts are of these players. I talk with some of them, and it's bewildering. Get a lawyer, kids. Okay, that's all I can really say in the end. Get a lawyer before you sign things.
Yep. Like these contracts can be so confusing, and they have so much like difficult words and shit. I mean, I've had contracts like that, and it just takes hours and hours to not only read them but to properly understand them. And if you ever get into a shitty situation, if your organization has better lawyers than you, then you can be damn sure that they can twist the words to mean whatever the bloody hell they want. So get a lawyer. I agree.
No, that's the reality. Like a lot of people get obsessed with this idea that, you know, it's my big break. You know, I'm just gonna take it. It doesn't matter. I mean, Tfue, like the whole situation, Tfue really highlighted that for a lot of people. It's kind of a trade-off in a lot of people's eyes, but for the love of God, just don't do what I see in SA a lot, which is signing 2 3-year contracts. This is for any prominent pros that have really come to listen to our professional. This is turned into a podcast, actually. We should probably get more into the draft. But these are fair points, you know? I mean, there's not much to say about this draft.
Advice.
It's Gyro IO draft. Who cares? We're giving you life advice that's going to save your future.
Oh, just one more thing. If you ever want to do anything in esports, just make sure you have a contract in the first place. Don't be like, yeah, I'm sure I'm going to get it soon, but the guy said I'll get it after maybe a week or something, and he's working on it. No, just before you do anything, make sure you have a contract, please.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people just take a verbal face value. Also, if someone tries to get you to sign a contract after you've done work, don't do that either. You're entitled to your money already. Don't set conditions afterwards. There are a lot, like, you know what? We'll do a podcast about this in the future. We should focus on the draft because we have got a Shaman coming out. So I'm getting this funny feeling maybe Finem are going to try and start with a tri lane here.
Why?
Because Shaman is terrible in dual lanes.
I don't think so.
Really?
It's really good damage.
Yeah, but like,
and you really don't want to go for a tri lane with IO Gyro because they really need the XP.
That's true. But
you can't have like a level 4 IO at 10 minutes.
Like, don't you like the idea of starting out for 1 or 2 kills quickly against like a Centaur lane?
No.
Okay.
I don't expect to see a tri lane here. You like never see it with IO. Maybe they can make some weird rotations happen, but generally you just want to go dual lanes. Yeah. And I feel like Shadow Shaman is pretty much fine. Looking at FlyToMoon's lineup, this looks really scary though. They have a ton of strong early game heroes. They have like a stun on every hero as well, so if you're just slightly out of position on Finem, you're just gonna die. So they need to be very, very mindful about their positioning in lane, because one wrong step and they could just lose the lane.
I think this is kind of why I also like the idea of trying to start Shaman with 3 to kill someone, is because like the Wraith King is just good against you, but you already saw the AA, right? So the moment you get to the stage where it's like we can kill people, shackle them, you just get cold feared. And then your attempt at gank is ruined and turned around on. It's a bit finicky. I feel like Finem are going to bait themselves into that scenario. And I don't know about you, but the recurring theme I see with like tier 2, tier 3 teams is they'll start off with these tri lanes and they don't really understand like the importance of pushing a tower early as a result of having that tri lane. And then they just kind of either get 2 or 3 kills and go back to like dual laning and nothing happens, or they commit to a tri lane that's just doomed to fail.
Hey Pigeon, this is sponsored by LOOT.BET, right?
Yeah.
So you want to make a bet if they go for a tri lane or not?
I mean, I know you're desperate for cash, buddy, but I'm not like honestly. This right here. These are the Greeks. All right, you never know what they're gonna do. This could easily be
Aren't you
Gyro Iron Mid.
confident, Pigeon?
I'm
You sounded
confident that
pretty
if they
confident.
do a tri lane, they will fail
10
in this game.
seconds remaining.
Right.
It's 50-50 on whether they do the tri lane. Is my point.
5 seconds remaining.
Sure.
It's true though, right? Like if you do a tri lane, your goal should be to very quickly take the tier 1 in your lane. Like you need to pile pressure on.
Yeah. You just want to make sure that your core has a good time while theirs doesn't. The tier 1 is just like a consequence of winning the lane.
Yeah, but it's like you do see like these lower tier teams. A lot of the time they just kind of get complacent and hang back, and there's never that pressure point, and instead it just feels wasted.
I really like having a good start in a tri lane and then actually moving your 2 supports mid for a gank because it's unexpected.
That's true. Like I feel like the roaming meta has fallen off in a lot of people's eyes, but it is actually still very viable, right? It's just we don't see the most popular ones like Tusk being picked at the moment because the hero got nerfed into the ground.
Yeah, I feel like there is a ton of viable strategies at the moment. I'm not so sure about hero balance because it seems like some are way stronger than others, but strategy-wise, there is a lot of stuff you can do. And we see a Storm.
Wow.
This is very strange to me. Picking Storm into like a lineup of full stuns and roots.
So I guess his concern is like the only thing he's really worried about is Treant, right? Because everything else is an insta he can actually like bull lining out, but Treant could just be waiting the tree line at any point. So it feels like he's reliant on Batrider to just have vision of Treant at all times.
Usually, I would agree with you that these stuns are not too scary for a Storm, but when you're playing against this many stuns, it means that if you make one mistake, you're just gonna instantly get chain stunned and die.
That's true.
So I would say that Storm is pretty good against like Wraith King and Sentai and Ancient Apparition because you can dodge them, but at the same time, one mistake and you're down.
And they don't really have a good save. Like I can just reload you out, but you've got a Gyro. You can't separate those two. If you separate those two, it's already a loss in the fight. It's not like you've got a Wyvern or an Oracle. Anything like that would have been golden here.
And I'm also a little bit afraid about the playmaking potential because all of these heroes, they kind of need to be ahead to deal their damage. Because Batrider, if he's behind, he just gets bursted down. Storm just jumps in, is out of mana, dies. Gyro needs Fime. So I'm a little bit worried about the execution of their lineup. If they do get to the mid game, they're super mobile, they Fime super fast, they have enough stuns, they have enough push, but they need to get there.
It's also, it feels like, usually if you want to do a Batrider, you want a Linger type hero, right? Ones that can kind of get you out in the middle of nowhere. Like a Nyx is really good because you can spike Carapace on your Fireflies. Treant isn't terrible just because you can be looming anywhere and Batrider can be clueless even with that flying vision.
It's a pretty good Batrider game for sure.
Yeah.
Like when I look at FlyToMoon, there is no obvious counter. They don't really have the spells. The one thing they have is a lot of aggressive potential. So if the skills are tipped in their favor, they can just kill the bat.
I think he's not even, like the bat's not even really the focus because the thing about picking Wraith King as well is I hear a lot of captains say, you go, why you pick Wraith King? I go, my carry's going to feed. So this stops it being a problem. And it's like Batrider is all about that pick-off potential. And when I look at FlyToMoon, AA is not a bad target. Saves your IO and Gyro from getting screwed over later in the game, but that's about it. Okay, now they have a better pick-off target. That's... But there's still a concern that I don't even know if Focus survives the laning phase here, if this is a mid Skywrath, right?
As a mid player, I feel his pain right now.
Oh, no.
This is gonna be painful. I'm just waiting to see if Iceberg goes for the big rain play and just spams the taunt to make sure that he doesn't only win the lane, he wins the mind battle as well.
This is going to be a rough one. We usually see Storm Spirits, these guys that just fall back to the jungle, like, level 5, right? And they can start farming stacks. If Iceberg goes hunting, he's screwed. Yeah,
and there's a Treant as well, and that's one of the scariest situations to play against the Treant when you're trying to catch up in the jungle because he can be anywhere and like keep you in place for 5 seconds. It's so dumb. I hate playing against Treant.
Always lingering. It's just invis heroes in general, right? It's like if a bounty hunter's nearby, it's like even if he doesn't kill me, he's taking my gold. It sucks either way. But there's a silver lining here for Adfinem, right? Like, they have good farmers in the Storm, in the Gyro, in the Batrider, and if there's one thing we can say about Skyra, if there is one big downside to picking this as a core, it doesn't farm well. It has to actually keep killing, or it falls off.
Yeah, if Gyro gets like a BKB and one more item, if he presses flag, the Sky just dies. Like the moment he presses flag, Sky just disappears. So that's one thing they have going for them. A lot of damage is concentrated in this Sky Rat, so if they do get the jump on him, or he just passively dies to flag, that's a way Finem can win fights.
We'll see how it will progress. 'Cause I think the real big focus is going to be the timing between. I mean, it's not even about him. Screw him. We're not going to talk about. We're going to talk about the importance of what has to happen here, because this man will be critical. If Centaur can maybe rush like a naked blink and then just keep making rotations with Skywrath, I'm not sure how Adfinem will stay in this game. But if
That's
he does,
the thing I like about like FlyToMoon's lineup is that they're not super reliant on the blink on Centaur, because they do have the Wraith King stun and they have the Treant as well. So even without blinks and items, they have ways to set up kills, which is something I value greatly in lineups.
True. There's definitely a lot of mobility around Adfinem. You know, you think about FlyToMoon, the key is always going to be the Stampede, whereas you got a Storm, you've got an Eye with a reload, you've got a Batrider that can just fly in at the speed of light, courtesy of a ridiculous Firefly movement speed.
You blew it.
It's going to be peculiar.
Is this gonna be a tri-lane at Finem?
So I said it was 50-50 on whether they do it. If they do it, I think they're going to lose.
Maybe it's just to secure the rune, because Tug is here as well.
Quite possibly. Maybe I think they're musical laning. Like, are they looking for? I mean, I feel like Batrider does fine in either of these matchups, right? Either the Wraith King or the Centaur. Maybe they're scared of the stun potential with AA Wraith King. That's the only thing that comes to mind. It's not like there's a lifesteal in this game and you're scared of that.
I know, it's dual lanes. They were just trying to cut the trees against the Treant lane, which is very smart.
Ah, no. Slayer's next level smart, though. He brought a branch out.
Oh, snap. I would love to see either Tug or Spartan pick up a Quelling Blade as well and just use it on cooldown. Spartan.
A lot of damage.
I'm not kidding. I think it's very good to have a Quelling Blade against Treant or mining hero.
It's a fair shout. Oh. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, Spartan needs to be careful. Gonna get punched up. One more big hit will do it. Luckily for him, Fug's stacking up those napalms. They might actually bait Fug into his own death here. Slayer's going to turn around and start fighting. They've got the Wraith Fire Blast.
Yeah, it looks like he's tugged.
He's gone.
It is only right that first
That was an awkward sequence of events.
Yeah. Fighting against Treant level 1, not so great.
You always get deceived by it, right? It's like, this guy has no armor. Oh, he doesn't even have a Stout Shield. This would be the easiest kill in the world. Well,
It's the same against Dazzle. You're just trading and trading and trading, and then he gets like 20 seconds of poison touch.
Spartan might be dead here. Like, he's not TPing. He's actually dead. Feeling touch?
Yep.
Alright. I'm feeling pretty confident about Adfinem even without a tri-lane at this rate.
Yeah, they're behind one kid 1 minute, which is never a good sign. And looking at their lanes, only the Gyro IO lane looks favorable for them. So that is their win condition, so they have that going for them. But at the same time, that's gonna be a very scary timing once FlyToMoon gets 1 or 2 items.
Oh, this will be good though. Spartan. Korea. And he'll be able to snipe it out. Alright, so there's a little bit of reprieve for them, which is actually important considering what we were saying about this Skywrath versus Storm matchup.
Alright, that's a start.
A little something, something. He's actually hanging around as well. He's leveled the shackles. Which means if he doesn't actually do some of this, then he's useless for like another good minute or two.
Maybe they can get a kill if Focus levels up the Electric Vortex, but his range is just so short, so it's difficult.
He's going in. He didn't actually keep the invis. Cold Feet's there. The Fairy Fire Fuck trying to stay alive. The final tick doesn't get him though.
That's just calculated.
And look at this. Yeah. Imagine if you had a nice little nuke here and Bug's dead as well. He's just jabated his own core into dying.
I mean, got him, I guess.
Hey, look at it like this. Easy pay when played. These games will be done in 20 minutes at this rate. Because this is kind of usually my concern when I see a shaman being picked up. It's like, if you're on the back foot, does this hero actually do anything?
It's hard to make work. You really need like that Adder lens plus blink and a few levels. And they have like this is a Shadow Shaman 5 as well. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan.
Good about it either at this rate. Now Slayer has rotated top. They could pick up maybe next time. He's still level 1. They're trying to move in, but Slayer jumped the gun a little bit. No chance to get the stomp out.
Yeah, level 1 root isn't that impressive. It gets more than doubled in duration at level 2.
Of course, he's ending up to do level 2 until does have the leech seed to work with as well. Maybe we see an attempt at a kill once they do have level 3. You probably go for the second one retaliate, right?
Focus.
Oh, okay. Living life on the edge. Focuses as well. There's the mango as well. He's gone. Oh, sick. Okay, Iceberg was not willing to hang nearby. He'll go back in now, but there's a fairy fire.
He's totally fine.
While we're talking about that, look at that again. Spartan just baiting people in. They're trying to find a return kill. Fuck, we'll get it.
Wait, focus?
What? What's he doing now? Did he just go back in?
Yeah, he just went down to 10 HP.
He's just
I mean, this is
his
just
value here.
a classic situation, and I'm sure every mid player watching can relate because his team took his courier, so walk back to base.
Bug. Very far blast out. Cold feet is there as well. Might be able to get him. Going to be close, but he hasn't got Firefly for 4 seconds. The Shackle's going to come out. He hides in that sneaky little spot in the trees.
He can actually turn this around, maybe.
Might. Always want to fly pretty far away. He knows he's got 4 stacks on him. Arc hasn't got vision for the Ray Fire Blast. Can turn around now. And it looks like Always Want to Fly might claim the kill afterwards, but they do lose the Wraith King.
I think that's pretty much fine.
Yeah, you were behind in this lane. You take that 100%.
At the same time, Madara is just farming so fast.
Gyro power, baby. Now, you know, like, Gyro is not as quick online as it used to be, though, right? With this IO combo, because you do have to build your own axe now. That's the big difference compared to before. Speaking of IO, slowly dying here. Hasted Iceberg on his way in. Slayer is dying just as fast. They should get the IO kill first. They'll hide Invis. They don't have protection either. Storm's showing up. Maybe next time trying to stay alive, and Slayer is chasing that booty. Can't quite reach it. Stomp out. Storm. Only level 4. It's not often you see a Storm Spirit come to a fight before at least having 6 with a full mana pool. And they're baiting him flow, getting low. Tank it all up. And Madara, he is out of mana. Needs one more hit, and he'll find that he will give his life at this rate. There's going to be a tether across, and Slayer is waiting. He moves in pretty aggressively. He can't get his stomp out quick enough, though.
That's my boy Madara, showing what he's made of.
Just slapping on the table, saying what up. That's Iceberg's trying to do as well, but I mean, this is pay attention, guys. This is why you don't take fights at shrines. What?
It was so close though. If Slayer got the final hit on MNT, I would have gotten them both.
So that's the 2 supports killing the offlaner there, and they're gonna kill the opponent's support as well.
I mean, they went on Ike, but he TP'd out with like 100 HP remaining, and at that point they were just too deep.
Try to keep the blood in the head, but instead it's spewed everywhere. The big mighty fists of this treant pounded into their face. There's something seriously intimidating about that very slow wind up of a treant. Oh, intimidation in the mid is going to backfire. Iceberg, he's dead. There's no way you can get away from this now. We'll drag him in, kill him off. Fug's rotation maybe not that crucial. Focus is low though. Slayer wants this. It's coming out now. Surprise. An easy kill for Always Want to Fly.
I just wish that, like, every time Treant punched someone, there was, like, an explosion sound or something.
Radiant's top tower is under
I feel like the attack sound from Treant is a little bit underwhelming, considering the damage he's doing.
Just give him a knockback effect like headshot.
Oh, that would be awesome. Just, like, permanent Spirit Breaker bashes with every hit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's not like he's got the attack speed to match.
True, true.
Radiant's top tower is
Don't
under
Iceberg.
give Ice Rock any ideas, please. I hate Treant enough as is.
Oh no. Cool down, they're going in. Iceberg, Hex up, the backstab from Spartan, they're moving in and looking for the kill. They baited the chicken through. The Ice Blast is going to follow across. Doesn't connect on anyone though. Oh, we're up on a maybe
That was
next time. Gonna get him low. Flo standing his ground though. Can't do enough.
Such nice positioning from Spartan. Getting the shackle off in tower range while Santa was too far away to interrupt it.
I mean, such an
Very
aggressive
nicely done.
wraparound at this stage in the game from a squishy support like that. You don't expect it.
I played a lot of pubs with Spartan, and his playstyle is just so weird. You never know what
lives
to
up
expect.
the name.
And
I mean, come on. He's ready for
because
war.
he's like,
He's a Spartan.
okay.
Slayer not living up to his name, actually being the slave. He will go down. Fug did die to always want to fly though, and this is starting to feel like a core ancient apparition game.
Yeah, he just needs to play super defensively. He does have his level 6, and they have a lot of setup stuns. So he can just chill and sit back and just use his one useful spell.
Meanwhile, Iceberg kind of needs to put a chill on it because he's sitting at level 6. Storm is now caught up, and he's at risk of just being the chicken dinner at this rate.
Yeah, it's so scary because there is this one tipping point as a Skyrat mage where you die just slightly too much, and at that point you're just a glorified range creep that has a nuke, you know? So he just needs to sit back, maybe try to get a few more levels and items, and then try to move around with like a hero with the setup. That's how he gets back into this game. But it's super scary. Just look at this Gyro's Fime.
Yeah, he's not slowing down anytime soon. 62 CS already. Only 9 minutes in. Almost 5k net worth.
Yeah, it looks pretty okay for him.
Yeah, could be better. Could be worse. Couldn't be much worse for Ark. You know, you had to go for those phase boots, so it's going to be slow to that Midas in comparison. This will speed it up a little bit, though. Ice Blast connects, and maybe next time it's gone. Maybe next time
I wonder
we'll stick
what
with this Gyro.
Slayer is gonna build, because he's gonna have a decent amount of money this game.
Slow.
Speaking about the decent amount of money, look at Always Wanna Fly's build.
Oh, we'll pause that for a second. Batrider, he's gonna die. That's a failed gank. Let me see this. Always want to fly. Oh, he's doing it. He wants
He
to
has
slap
more
him in the
money
face with
than
Midas.
focus.
I mean, if he gets this kill as well. No, you gotta give it to the AA. He needs to
Give
get
it to
those
your
gloves.
carry, man. Come on.
I mean, he is pretty close to his Midas now. Stampede just to get them away because runes are coming up. I mean, this is kind of just turning into a story of who can feed faster, Iceberg or Fug.
Yep. I mean, we spoke about IO Gyro being good in pubs, but this game feels like a pub. Both teams are just throwing heroes at each other.
This is CIS DOTA, baby. This is where it shines. It's not even true CIS DOTA because one team is from Greece, but we're halfway there. Although it feels...
Is Greece like discount CIS?
Oof. I mean, you know, if Russia historically had their way with getting control of them, yeah, they would have been. But they remained strong, like the Spartans in the past against the Persians. They refused to give in. They kept their sense of pride, and they said, anything that CIS can do, we can do better. Although the score would
That's
disagree.
totally how it went. Yep.
Alternate history of Pigeon. Oh. They're gonna try and...
I feel like Spartans get too much credit, though, because there were 3,000 Athenians as well.
That's true.
They
Well,
just
it
get
wasn't just
conveniently
Athenians.
forgotten.
It was like there was it Thessalonians as well, I think. Yeah, see, you like, what's that place? See, no one remembers those guys. It's like blacksmiths and everything came to their aid and guarded their flank. Obviously not very well because, you know, the Persians got around the end, but that was a different flank. And there is a flank.
How do
maneuver
you
now.
get flanked in a mountain pass anyway?
There was like, so isn't the story like there was a secret pass that they found, right?
Ah, yeah.
They got
and
betrayed
there was
by an
the
old
traitor
Spartan.
boy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who in like
And
the
I feel like
movies
that's
they
a
make
metaphor
McCarthy.
for Skylark, you know? It's like the full at Finem lineup without Skylark, so...
I mean, didn't he go? Is he on the Asian team now? Is SEA, right?
I believe he was, I'm not sure about now. Meanwhile, Flo could be in a bit of trouble.
Sometimes
Nice lasso.
wild horses need to be controlled. And that's what happened here. There's an Ice Blast going down to deter them, but it's really going to achieve nothing. You can race Madari. He perfectly knows where that Ice Blast was done. He just senses it, because you can no longer see it.
Yep. No one can possibly touch Madara.
Except Io. Technically, they're always touching.
Radiant's bottom tower
At least if you're a good Io player. Maybe next time does some funky things with Io. I know he likes to reload and just split push a lot. Which sounds insane, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
Slayer knows he's revealed on the mid. They need to actually get rid of this tier 1 tower soon if they want to use the Skywrath.
Ooh, Slayer?
Okay, that's a bridge too far, my friend. He might get invis just in time, but he's not close enough to do it.
That's
The
a
overgrowth
sentry
can't be
as well.
used. It feels like each of these scenarios, Finem aren't just getting the kill, they're getting the bonus out of the fact that people are using their ultimates. First the Stampede, and now the overgrowth.
Yeah, they need this. Their lineup takes a little bit longer to get online, so these kills are super important. You want to make sure you don't give any momentum to FlyToMoon. And they've been doing a decent job defending their towers as well. Having that tier 1 mid is absolutely crucial for map control.
Oh yeah, if you can keep that up by like 25-30 minutes, you should in theory be in complete control of the game. It's just, it stops any sort of movements into your jungles or around the map. It's also a huge booster when you go for Roche, right? Because usually you're like, oh, we got the Shrine up, we can get one person out quickly. Well, yeah, you can double your numbers just as fast.
Yeah, it's one of the best towers in the game for sure. Iceberg closing in on his roll of Atos. That's gonna help him with being a little bit more aggressive, because we haven't really felt this guy too much. He was kind of annoying in lane, but at the same time he died a few times, and we just haven't seen the impact that you would expect from a mid Sky.
No, it felt like he got aggressive too early. He felt this need to be on the map too soon. And it just meant he didn't really have much when he shoot up. I mean, he didn't even have his ultimate when he started ganking.
Ooh. FlyToMoon TPing in here.
Trying to TP out.
Like it. Finem
We'll make it. But they root up on a gyro. Now they got the reload. Maybe next time's going to get him out of a bind. See you later. However, maybe
What do you
next
think
time,
is going through MNT's head right now?
Why do I do these things to these stupid people that farm in aggressive areas they shouldn't? See you later. I think that's the entirety of the thought. Actually, it's not just the thought. That's literally what he's probably saying in the chat right now.
Yep.
And then this. Like, this is the moment when you break your keyboard as an IO support. When you save him and he still dies.
Yep. That's beautiful.
You can feel the rage in my voice for him right there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't play support too often, but I can still relate when you save someone and then they run back in and still die.
Like, for me, it's usually Earth Spirit, right? I'll roll in, I'll bat them away to safety, and then they just run back in. It's like, why was I even here?
Yep, yep. Oh, Dota is such a beautiful game.
This is why I just play Sniper support now and build a Midas. I'll do the carrying later.
I feel like that's what happened to Always Wanna Fly. He was just done with, like, supporting people, so he just bought a Midas.
He just watched Iceberg
like, fuck this
fail.
shit.
He's like, you should have got a Midas, so I'll get it instead. And look, he's built Natos as well. He's literally just having a race against his own mid now to see who can be a better mid. Movement in, smoked up. Iceberg has got the Atos. Dara trying to move away. Stampede forward. They're going to find the kill, and maybe next time pretty easily. And Spartan was lingering, but there's no chance to find a kill. They do
This is
almost
a
have
very
relic.
scary timing.
Yeah, they've almost got the relic on Arc.
That Finem is not ready to fight.
Or Gyro. Yeah, he's still going for that Axe. He's halfway there, over the halfway mark in fairness. But once again,
He needs Eggs, Maelstrom, BKB before
Exactly.
he can fight.
and what does Storm really have? I mean, you can see him going towards that Yules. He didn't even go for a Kaya. Slayer. Drag him further in. Focus says, brilliant. A free meal. The life of lasses for that poor guy. Meanwhile, charging in on the gyro. Going to get him low. The Ice Blast is there. And the Coalfield hit as well. Reload to try and save his life, but this should be enough to bring him down. The tether is up. He's still ticking through. It's going to be close. One more tick, and he'll go. Now, they do lose 3 for that, but you get the gyro once more. And your big concern here is the gyro dies, and the Wraith King is still farming.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's worth it for Red Venom. I guess it's okay because you give a lot of gold to your Storm who was struggling, but at the same time your win objective is having a really fat gyro and he's currently almost 2k behind Ike.
It definitely feels like a scenario where, you know, the Storm, even getting that gold is great, but because you've gone for Yules first because you have to against the Skywrath, it's not an aggressive item, it's a defensive item. You can still die even after you get rid of that silence.
Yeah, it really sucks buying Yules against Treant because you get rooted by his Q, then you Yules yourself, and then he ultis and you just cry.
Is crying a recurring theme for you, Wingblade?
Yeah, I think so. When I play against Treant, it just really sucks. And I just want someone to hold me while I'm rooted.
Been playing a lot of Invoker. You can roleplay that now.
I'm not playing Invoker. Come on, dude.
Come on, there's the baby Invoker, so then you can cry baby and it just you're role playing at that point.
You think I need a hero to cry?
No, it just amplifies the cry. Uh-oh, Spartan's crying for help right now. Shackles. Doesn't matter though. There's that cold feet we talked about before. The last is gonna be there, dragon through. Cooldown, they're gonna get Scarif up on the hill, but is that really a downside for him right now? The ACOS comes out, they do see the storm, he's gonna use to try and protect himself. No jumps around the Scarif because Iceberg has no assistance anymore. Wraith King doesn't want to fight still. He needs to use that Midas. Use it right now. No. Stomp.
Oh, triple
Midas.
stun.
Midas, you son of a goose. Goes in. Looking for the kill. Going to be able to find one of Spartan, but can they find more? Madara moving across the shrine just in time. And always want to fly. Running out of life quick. Slow. Will charge on through. Trying for a kill, but he won't get it. And you know what sickens me about that whole engagement? Look at that Wraith King and look at that Midas.
You know what sickens me about this game in general? The complete lack of taunts. Like, come on, it's a feature, use it.
I mean, the IO is booping a lot. That kind of counts. I mean, I know it's automatic, but it still counts.
Like, Storm has a great taunt, Gyro has a taunt,
Wraith King has an amazing taunt.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Batrider has a taunt, and there is no tipping. I feel like this game could be better. The Dota is pretty good with like the mind games, so like tier 3.
I can't get over Arc for getting to use his Midas. You know, like I don't main carry that much, right? But you know how it's one of those things. You pick up a Midas, you're looking at it all the time. And he walks straight back past that camp. Sure, it's a great stomp from your centaur, but let's be honest here. You're gonna get more cheddar out of hitting a creep.
Oh, for sure.
At least he has a Radiance now, so next time they'll burn to death in the middle of that stomp, and it's all Gucci. Do they smoke?
I feel like some players just do it on purpose to annoy the casters.
I don't know if I go that far. I mean, you know, some of them dislike us just hyping up every small thing, but at the same time, if this trade-off is you losing your game, I feel like I still win there. That's the beauty of it, Wingblade, you know? When you're trying to be a player, and you have to win to feel good. I just have to watch to feel good. And I'm watching a very dead Skyrap right now. That Stampede's going to try and turn around for the Batrider. You might get him, and the home missile's coming through. You need to help out Iceberg. They'll kill it just in time with the illusions, and now the ball lightning in. Focus gets the kill, beats out of mana. They should realize as well. Flares the blink coming off cooldown. They move forward. Nope, the Hex just in time. Arc runs in with a Ray Fire Blast. There's going to be Ice Blast for follow-up, and Focus is dead. Low will chase for more. He did already use the Stomp. But Spartan, he has no real mobility to work with. He's run away. Meanwhile, Fug, he's losing a 1v1 against Always Want to Fly. And in fact, one more hit will kill him. They can't get the range, though, for the Chill and Touch.
You know, I really love seeing Storms like make these miscalculations with their jump, because you can just feel the small moment of panic when they don't get off the cliff. It's beautiful.
It's kind of like, you know, who does math, right? You just do it all by feel, and then you realize, oh, I'm feeling like a level 18 Storm right now. Low.
Spartan.
This TP away is very bold. The Spartan is even bolder. Although they did actually drag it out nicely because they waited for Flo's reinforcements to run away, and then Flo forgot how to use Stomp.
Stun as well. There's the tip.
There we go. In
That's
fairness, though, you're still really happy as FlyToMoon, because the thing we didn't get around to talk about because it happened so fast was the bot lane kills on the Gyro and the IO.
Yeah. That's a bit troublesome for Finem. They don't really seem to have any momentum with this IO Gyro. They're not really firing that fast. They're not really finding kills. They're just existing right now.
I mean, they start off so well, but it's kind of the conundrum that I think a lot of Gyros are realizing with this Axe build is now that you have to incorporate that into your build, even with an IO on your team, you feel kind of lost. You don't have that transition item, right? Like a Sanjin Yasha build or a Drums build.
I feel like we can give some credit to FlyToMoon too, because as we spoke about earlier, they know very well when to be aggressive against this IO Gyro, and they managed to kill Gyro 4 times. It's very, very good.
Now you can see how different it is. Ark, who was down a few times in the lane phase, is a little bit back and forth, has vastly surpassed the Gyro. 3k net worth lead over him.
This always really impresses me about Ark, that he plays these heroes that don't really farm that fast, and then you look away for a moment and he's by far the most farmed hero in the game.
Don't mind this, it's just a dead trend. This happens occasionally. You know, trees
That being
die all the time, okay? Quelling Blades, Tangos, when do we think about it? We might think about this though, Shaman.
Ooh.
Oh, he 4-stars forward. Just into the arms of Iceberg, jump in, Stomp comes out on the Bat Rider, and the reload just got rid of the IO. The buyback's going to be here from Treant, but in the meantime, always want to fly dice to focus. Focus go for the TP out, seeing a lot of damage from the Skelly Bros. One hit would do it, but no crit for Ark. Instead, they'll just take Roche.
Nicely calculated by Focus. Good Storm players, they know when the Wraith King is not gonna crit, so he could just get away with that TP. Very well done.
I mean, he felt intimidated for a second there. That skeleton attack damage talent is no joke.
Yeah, I was saying that Wraith King maybe doesn't farm that fast, but these days with Midas, Radiance, and the skeletons, he farms like at anti-mage levels. It's insane.
Yeah, and you were mentioning before, like, about Ark just being this guy that managed to find so much gold in these heroes you wouldn't expect. I mean, it used to be, you go back, like, what, 8 months ago when PL was really popular, this man was one of those guys that you gave him the hero and somehow he just found everything. It was pretty absurd to watch.
PL is definitely one of his signatures.
Do you feel like PL should really be back in the meta? It's like,
No, fuck PL. It's the hero I hate the most.
Not like, screw him. I like, but why is this not being picked? It's actually pretty strong, sort of thing.
Because people cannot afford the chemo treatment of playing PL.
Always want to fly, can't avoid the ganks. It's 5 men for 1 man. And Slayer
I feel like you're fine with that. Giving up your life for your team. Slayer.
He's not fine with this though. What was that movement? He knew they were going to place a sentry, but why would you run to the west?
I feel like he was kind of stuck, because with the balls in the air, it's kind of hard to avoid.
True. And the walls go down, they're doing rogue. Now, they will do this in time. Always want to fly up in 20 seconds.
FlyToMoon knows this. They could try to go for a play. They have Wraith King ulti, they have Sentai stun. They could get a triple stun here. Maybe even a quad stun.
Get ready.
Low.
Blink in. Storm. Nope. Aegis already been picked up. There's a Mystic Flare. Gets rid of the first life. But Yule's just in time to keep Storm Spirit alive at 200 HP. Limit Cape will make sure he doesn't take too much damage. Stampede got them away, so they don't lose anyone for it, but so close to being worthwhile play.
Yeah, just half a second late. This is pretty much perfect for Finem. They get the Aegis on Storm. They make the enemy waste Stampede. They can make a play now. They can at least take the tier 1 top, I think.
So I guess the point I was like trying to get to PL then before is like, you see a lot of Naga at the moment, but it feels like they're doing the same thing to an extent, right? But Naga just farms better early on. Mid. Well, someone's going with him. At least that's what he thought. But once again, that pesky Yules ruins this hero.
Naga is just PL, but better, honestly. She's better in lane, she farms faster, she skills better, she has more utility.
Top. Fire's gonna go down. BKB and Madara. They will lose the Treant as well on Ark. That's the first life. Can he get out the second? No blink to work with, so it looks like he's done so.
Looks like Finem is hitting their timing right now. They have the items we spoke about on Gyro. The Storm has the Aegis now, which really helps because he can actually play aggressive without being too afraid of being shut down. So it looks really good for Finem right now.
Speaking of aggressive, don't always want to.
That was a blind zip, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, did he get vision a little bit early? Because they have that jungle wall to the right. Oh, Mystic Flare. They finally get the Aegis, but now Spard. Look how aggressive he's moving in. Stomp there. They're going to actually use Stampede to get them out. Flow runs to the high heels. There's going to be Bull Line in the cross, and they'll find Skyrat. Not quick enough, and Iceberg down to half HP already. Soon to be no HP.
FlyToMoon needs to slow this game down. They just keep running in one by one and losing heroes. They need to make sure they are 5 and they need to get a pick off because this is not working for them.
I mean, this feels like the classic flaw of a lot of CIS teams that we see, right? Like, I used to call the early iteration of Team Spirit, you know, the ones that basically abandoned and went to SA for a while. Whoop. Alright, Slayer's out. They do fit the wall.
Some long
But
shackle.
now he's out of help as well. The Stomp try and save his life. Gonna get Storm pretty low. Storm might actually pay for this. Yules, but when he comes down, one hit would do the deal. And there's the route you were talking about before. They get the kill. Ark has that second life to work with. Still control. Bug. Reincarnate. Trying to chase forward. The last two is still there. But there's the route. Bat Red is gone. There you go. They slowed it down a bit, like you were asking. And this was kind of the thing. Like, this was the difference between Team Spirit and other teams like VP, right? Like, you see CIS, the kind of classic notation is these guys play super aggressive. But what a lot of these stacks have is this wall they run into the moment their opponents respond, right? Where, like, it's all good, we're really aggressive, then they lose one fight and they get lost for, like, 5 minutes.
I feel like one team that was very good at adapting to that was Gambit.
Yes.
Like, the way they played,
Once
they would
got
be
FNT.
super aggressive, and then they were very good about playing to their timing. And when they didn't quite hit it, or like they lost it for a moment, they just farmed for a bit.
That's true. Like, once they got the new leadership in, it really made a difference. That was when, of course, he left Team Spirit. And it seems to have worked out. I mean, a lot of people were surprised they didn't make it to TI, of course. I assume they're going to stay together, though. There's a lot of talent still untapped there. It was nice to finally see people recognizing Immersion's talent, especially.
Yeah, his Earth Spirit, damn.
Oh, yeah. I think, like, for months now, I've been telling everyone, like, there's 2 Earth Spirit players that no one's woken up to yet, and it was Tiger and Immersion.
For sure.
Arc. That's brave, but he goes in. Has that second life work float? Not sure what that was. That's a bit of a fluff. Now they're going to try and save the life. Shaman keeping alive. Silenced up. He'll keep running. Nice blast through. Batrider pretty low down to half HP. The movement in by focus is beautiful. Madara with the cooldown and the flat getting free of the 4 kills. And there might be a 5th here. Arc, he didn't even get a chance to pop the reincarnate once. He'll blink away. He needs to TP out, but he knows the home missile's coming. And there's that Midas we were waiting for.
I feel like that's a moral victory.
I remember this time, coach. You're proud.
That was... I have to say, Thug died a Mai Tai. He jumped in just to force Spartan out of the Mystic Flare, saving his life, and then giving his own life for the cause.
And if there's anything we can tell from that laner phase, it was back and forth between them getting each other killed. So there's a few IOUs between them for keeping each other alive. But I feel like the key moment for me was when Flo tried to jump in, realized he wasn't close enough for a stomp, and then you feel like at that moment maybe FlyToMoon should just try and get out.
But then they kept committing into a choke point, and well, that's where Gyro thrives. Looks like they're a bit hesitant to push high ground.
Oh, being float. There we go. That time there's no 4-star. Full lining in. Pretty deep. Looking for the kill on the Skyrap. The cooldown's coming in as well. Getting iceberg pretty low and he's gone. They can use the overgrowth a little bit too late. Buyback comes out in Skyrap. Always want to fly, try and turn around, but one sticky nade bomb is enough to screw him over. Couldn't turn around fast enough. The buybacks are committed and it forces Finem back, but the damage is already done.
That was so risky. If Wraith King had buyback, they could have been wiped there.
Well, this has been the name of the game. That breached too far. Maybe next time, maybe last one out. And he will die for it. There was a ball lightning in. He's got the range rack. Focus really committed for that. He's got a little bit of mana left. If they TP right now, they might find him, but just enough mana to get out. This time he did not miscalculate.
Yeah, it like having an arcane rune
Makes it hard to miscalculate.
help. You can just safely assume that you're gonna go very far if you use it.
Just hope so. 19 Bloodstone charges helps a lot as well.
Don't really have to be a mathematician.
Unless you die, in which case you look like a mathematician. No other explanation for why you thought it was a good idea. Smoke.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I think they're
is
gonna
under attack.
dangle Madara here. No? Madara's like, I would come, guys, but there's creeps spawning.
Yep, yep.
And Slayer
There
has
is an IO relocate, so if they find someone, he's gonna
Oh,
be
here they
there.
go. They're ready to go. Reload coming in. Last two Dragon Slayer away from safety. The TP from AA, but you can't even get the overgrowth off, and they'll just cancel it. It's fun. Oh, look at
There's
this.
a pipe now on MNT, so that's gonna help even more.
Radiant's
And
bottom
it's gonna be
tower
very
has
hard for
fallen.
FlyToMoon to get kills. Because there is 2 force staves on at Finem.
And
So it doesn't matter who you jump.
they have to fight into these surf monsters as well. Like, literally, the timing in that jump was perfect. Cold feet. Also, the Mantle used out Madara, not really great. So I did have to buy back already. This isn't too bad, though. If they just Brave King here and they just get rid of all these groups, keep the tower alive, maybe. Problem is, those Jar Illusions are doing a lot of work. Oh, they got it. Living armor time. Player bought back for a reason. It was to heal. However, your shrines won't be so lucky. We'll lose the bot one. At least the top one's still standing, and Roche could spawn in 5 seconds.
Yep. It's gonna be very big. See who gets it. I'm not sure how FlyToMoon can take this game if they give the Roche to Adfinem. It's gonna be a quick one as well.
Is 10 seconds still up? Have you ever seen a player renew his drum charges? I don't think I've
Not
ever seen that
recently.
happen. Because you can buy a recipe to just get it back again, right? But I feel like I've
Yeah,
never
but
seen it.
I've seen it. I don't remember who it was, but that was in the time where drums still stacked. And he had like Blink BOTs and 4 drums.
Okay, so like very, very long time ago, though. Not like recent years. Or...
No, I think it was like maybe half a year ago or something when it stacked, when the drum change
Really?
just went through. Yeah.
Oh, was that
So
one?
it's
Oh,
like
was
a
that one
week
the
where
bugs that
it's
got
stacked.
quickly patched out? Like I spoke about it, patched off this man. Mid, going in, spawn. Got Spirit Vessel on him, but there's that pesky 4-star, and now Bull lining in. Looking on always want to fly, gonna get him low. Flow trying to save the day, but nice dodge comes out. Atos now come up, Ice Button's through. He does get it out before he dies. You'll start. Storm trying to spy some time to move away, and he will do so. Spartan covering his escape valiantly with his own life, but there's the Io coming in to save the day. The cooldown comes out. The overgrowth as well, gonna heal him up. Gonna turn around. Tree's gonna go down on the side. Flow, he can't run away quick enough because they already used that stampede. And Brave King, where were you when it all happened? Pushing out bot, and as a result, at Finem, they're going to push him mid.
I mean, he was there in the fight. He just realized they weren't gonna win it.
It's true.
Radiant's
But the problem
Now
is-
Sky doesn't have any buyback, and Adfinem knows this, so they can just hit front.
That's the kind
Roche is
of
up. They don't
concerning
care.
part, right? Like, I thought he'd stay to the fight because he has buyback at least. Like, that felt like a do or die fight. Now,
Yep.
that throne might die. The buyback comes out from Centaur. Has to stampede in 30 seconds. Brave King. Melting pretty damn fast here. They'll move in. They'll take the first life. Spawn hasn't got the mana just yet. Now has the shackles, but they use the last two instead. And Flow trying to save the day.
my
Can't do
goodness.
anything. There it is.
That
GG.
Orchid by focus. Flo jumped in and instantly got Orchided.
A messy blood sport if I've ever seen one today in this tournament. Back and forth on both sides. And, you know, it really did look good for FlyToMoon. There was this clear turn point where Gyro felt like he was falling out of the game.
Radiant's middle
But-
tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
FlyToMoon, once again, it felt like they tripped up once and then they lost themselves for a good 5 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. And Adfinem capitalized really well in the mid game. Like, their execution was crisp.
Like crispy, like KFC chicken crispy, or kind of like scrunched up paper.
Like, when there is fresh snow outside,
Oh.
you just...
And the first
That
step,
kind of
but
Yeah,
the important
exactly.
part that people don't understand, right? It's not even about the first step. It's just before your foot makes contact, right? Like as you begin to feel the crunch coming. That right there,
Mm-hmm.
like that's the difference between like hype and delivery.
I feel like we're just very hyped about snow because it's so hot outside.
That is true. I'm rubbing my hands together as if I'm sticking my foot into snow, and it feels good. And you know what else will feel good? Some more DOTA. So we'll go to a short break, and then we'll be back game number 2, because FlyToMoon, they're not done. They're not out. Maybe they go for something a bit more chill, like an Ancient Apparition, and maybe this time around they don't just get a pesky, useless chicken that just feels like he's on a battery farm. Stay tuned. We'll be
Yeah,
back
that
shortly.
would be a good start, for sure.
Made for live betting.